Hello and welcome to my webinar for early career drama teachers. My name's Lucy Bellingham and I'm going to be sharing some tips about teaching English as a second subject. I'm a teacher, examiner and freelance consultant. I've worked in arts education for over 20 years. I've also taught English as a second subject throughout my career. And in my last school, I worked with Teach First English teachers looking at how to embed drama into the English curriculum. So you have your first job or placement lined up for September, and English is going to be part of your timetable. So how does that feel? Well, English is a marking heavy subject. It's another set of planning on top of your drama planning. And you also need to acquaint yourself with new texts and pedagogies. So it will be a challenge. But it's also an amazing opportunity to develop and hone your skills as a young teacher. So I'm going to share with you just a few positives about teaching English. You get to know your students and they get to know you in a different context. You build strong relationships with parents and students by nature of the fact that you're probably going to be seeing them 3 times a week in English rather than just once a week in drama. You develop your teaching skills in a classroom setting. And finally, you can also use all of your creative drama skills to engage and inspire your students in your English lessons. More about this later though. So the first thing to do is to complete a knowledge audit. Meet with your head of English, get a detailed plan of the curriculum you're going to be teaching so that you can identify the texts and topics you're not so familiar with so that you can look at these over the summer. Remember that language in use is a feature of explicit teaching at all key stages for English, so make sure you're really confident with this. This is things such as sentence grammar and semiotics. Your colleagues will be the best resource for sharing knowledge, and I really encourage you to use as much time in school to plan and share resources with other teachers. See if your faculty meetings can be dedicated to building subject knowledge. There was a teacher in the TES recently who wrote an article. She was called Laura May Rowlands, and she's a faculty leader for English, and she's now dedicating time in all of her faculty meetings to developing subject knowledge. So all of her teachers are delivering short lecture style talks about different texts and topics. And I thought this was a really brilliant, time efficient way of sharing resources and building knowledge in school. Planning and workload, I'll be very careful of using other people's PowerPoint presentations. This is something which is addressed by Jo Facer in her book Simplicity Rules. You need to adapt resources and make them work for you. And there are a few key points in the book which I think are really useful for teaching English. Jo Facer suggests a template for a 2-page lesson plan, scripting your lessons in advance and the questions within your lessons in advance, effective techniques for students reading aloud, and her knowledge organisers are a brilliant, concise way of planning and delivering lessons. And they're also something you can prepare in advance of September so that you're all ready to go. So the final thing to look at is how to use drama in your English lessons. This is from the Department for Education's Developing Drama in English Handbook from 2010. When pupils are emotionally engaged and analyse both in and out of role, they are actively developing the skills and understanding which are central to their progress in English. They experience for themselves the construction and layering of texts, characters, roles, tensions and dilemmas. So you can use drama to foster deep learning through active engagement. And here are a few drama techniques I think work particularly well in English lessons. Using artifacts, props or costumes, creating a setting, possibly an immersive or promenade way, Bowell's Forum Theatre, hot seating, and an author, playwright or reader being sculpted into a scene. These are all obviously subject to social distancing. And finally, Prepare basics for September and find a simple, savvy way of planning which is time efficient. You do not want to be spending 3 hours planning one lesson. It's just not sustainable. Use all of the creative resources you can to engage and inspire your students through drama. So I hope you're feeling a bit more confident about teaching English in September. It is daunting, but you're going to learn so much and you'll be a better teacher for having done it. Good luck.